Here we find a young sienna in her natural habitat, combing through milkweeds in search of creatures. This young sienna is a peculiar specimen as she frequently removes herself from the rest of her species. Oh, and it appears she's found something, a stunning monarch caterpillar. Now, if you watch closely, we will see her do something utterly miraculous. An expert catch indeed, and the crowd goes... Oh, there's no crowd. The wild goes wilder.
1, 2, 3, 4. The future is almost here.
I've always loved strange creatures. As a kid, I'd spend my free time outside catching caterpillars and raising them as pets. Once they transformed into butterflies, I'd set them free and start the process over again. I even did a science project on metamorphosis in kindergarten. I remember a few of my peers attempting to tackle a similar concept, but none paralleled the level of commitment I achieved. At just 6 years old, I was one with the bugs. A caterpillar expert. Dare I say, the caterpillar expert? Put simply, it was in this phase that I experienced what would now be considered a hyperfixation. Throughout the course of my life, I've learned that my brain works in bouts of obsessions or hyperfixations. I've been a devoted gymnast, violinist, artist, animator, jeweler, recess cult leader, expert on squirrels, caterpillars, cognitive functions, but who's counting, right? I regularly complete one intense phase that intrigues me just to hastily chase after another. For a pretty big chunk of my childhood, my focus was directed towards caterpillars. I explored their behaviors, habitats, diets, and all kinds of the species. But as with all my hyperfixations, there came a point where I lost interest. My preference for beginnings is why I enjoy the novelty of starting new projects, but find it challenging to sustain them. I raised caterpillars because I liked how they were as caterpillars, not to see them become butterflies. I've since determined that in resume terms, I'm naturally inclined toward curiosity and change, which is challenging in a world catered to straightforward one-way journeys or more neurotypical conventions. The classic path of dream to dream school to dream job to dead just never sat right with me. My interests tend to fluctuate, swinging from intense enthusiasm to plain indifference, and it's caused me to worry how I could ever settle on a job or even a major when my passions evolve so unexpectedly. I'm beyond grateful my hyperfixations haven't switched from art to organic chemistry within months. Only a select few could get away with that once school starts costing money. I used to give myself a hard time for not matching everyone else's life plan. Now I'm working to embrace whatever catches my attention in the moment without overthinking it. I've come to appreciate that every one of these passions adds to my database of skills and knowledge that I refer to in any situation. Even my past fixation on caterpillars came back to inspire me now. My life won't be traditional. I'm pretty sure this was made obvious the second I brought insects into my house, but instead I'm learning to let myself flow through the series of caterpillar-like passions I discover, each one transforming into a butterfly, only for me to let it go and start the process over again. It doesn't really matter if someone isn't a fan of that sort of path. It's not like I had crowds of people lining up to join me in the milkweeds or anything. To them, caterpillars were understandably creepy. I just happen to find joy in things that are a bit misunderstood.